Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us. We are here today to discuss our likes and our dislikes on the Amtrak Piedmont train. Come along with us, let's go make some memories.
So if you're not familiar with Amtrak's Piedmont, it's a regional train that's run by the state of North Carolina in partnership with Amtrak, and it runs from Charlotte to Raleigh with several stops in between. All right, so do you want to tackle the likes or the dislikes?
We can do a little bit of both.
A little bit of both? All right.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start off with a like. The Piedmont connects two of North Carolina's largest cities. It connects Charlotte and Raleigh at the endpoints. Those are the terminus locations for both ends of the train, along with several other cities in between, like Greensboro, that are still decent-sized cities. So it's nice because if you're going to any of the bigger places in Carolina, it's an easy way to get around.
Yeah. On the other hand, because it's a regional train, a shorter route, the smaller seats, there are smaller seats and they are kind of uncomfortable to a point, because if you're short like me, it's fine. But if you're a little bit taller, you might find it a little bit more uncomfortable. And Amtraks really have great seating. Overall, they're usually very spacious. But because it's a regional train and you're not sleeping on it and stuff, it's just a little bit tighter, smaller space. So keep that in mind. One of the dislikes is that the Piedmont train does not have a cafe car. But alternately, a positive is...
Yes, they do have a car that has vending machines in there, and they also have free water and free coffee as well.
Exactly. So that is a positive and a negative combined. There's good and there's bad from it, but I actually prefer the vending machine because it's a short trip. You don't really need the hot dog necessarily, unless you're traveling from somewhere else, connecting there and going on, so you might have wanted one. But there's vending machines, and the vending machines are better priced than the cafe car. So as long as you just need a snack, it's better than having a whole cafe service where the prices are a bit higher.
Yeah.
Something we found out before getting on the train is that we overheard somebody saying that there were a couple of seats that faced each other, like a group of 4 facing each other, which we thought was great because we were a group of 3 and we really wanted to sit together. So we kind of ran over there to get those seats. But the negative was that
they asked you when you were boarding what your destination was, and we were going Raleigh all the way to Charlotte. So they stuck everybody that was riding the full route in one car together. So it was a mad dash to get to those seats. And we were like the 3rd group to get on our train car that they put us in. Unfortunately, groups 1 and 2 knew about the seats facing each other.
Exactly.
And they ran to those 2 set of seats first.
Yep.
And held them until the rest of their party arrived. And it is what it is. We ended up sitting basically this row of seats right behind them. But if they wouldn't have packed us all in one car, we would have definitely been able to do that.
One of my dislikes is that the seats are made of fabric, which on my experience on other Amtrak trains was leather, so you could just kind of wipe them down. I take my wipes with me wherever I go, and I keep where I sit and stuff clean. I guess I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, and I didn't realize it, but I guess I am. Started with my little one. I guess from her, I just kind of started being very careful with stuff. But anyway, these are fabric, and so obviously you can't clean those very well, and it showed the wear and tear on them as well because they can't be cleaned as easily as some leather seats. So that's a negative for me.
Yeah. And then on the other hand, one positive about those seats is every seat on the train has an outlet. And what I mean by that is there's 2 outlets per set of 2 seats, but it's the window seat that has basically kind of control of the outlets. So if you're boarding the train, I would suggest if you definitely know you're going to be charging stuff, take the window seat because the outlet's right next to you, whereas whoever's in the seat next to you has to reach across to plug their stuff in. Usually you just ask somebody and they'll plug it in for you, no worries. But
I guess that is a negative and a positive depending on where you're sitting.
Depending on where you're sitting, yeah. But it's nice to know that you're going to always be able to charge your devices because there is one outlet per seat. If you get on and somebody's hogging both of those outlets, they need to unplug one of their things and let you plug it in because it's one outlet per seat, which is good because some trains that you travel on don't have any outlets at all, like some smaller trains, city trains, obviously subways, stuff like that. And sometimes you're in desperate need to charge your phone battery because you need directions or to make an important phone call when you get off that train.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of outlets, there's one in the bathroom, which it might be a little weird for most of you to hear, but that could be very beneficial if you need one. You need to do a quick shave, or you need to do something with your hair like that, and you're trying to make it to an event or something, and you're just trying to finish up in the bathroom or whatever, or you were connecting trains so you didn't have the time. Whatever the reason may be, an outlet in the bathroom might be helpful.
If you're a man and you're on your way to Charlotte for a big job interview and you woke up late and you forgot to shave and you take, you take your electric razor with you, and if that's what you got to do, it's what you got to do, but at least it's good to know that that outlet's there.
Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of the bathrooms, there is one bathroom in every train car, which is a positive. The negative is, unfortunately, sometimes people are slobs, and they tend to leave those bathrooms kind of dirty. It's kind of hit and miss with Amtrak as far as if it's a clean bathroom or not. So my negative one on this one is when you get stuck in a train car where the bathroom is not taken care of. We've had some we've walked in and it looked like a bomb went off in the bathroom. There's paper everywhere, water on the walls. I'm like, I don't know what happened to the previous person that was there. I don't know if the train was shaking a lot while they were washing their hands or what was going on.
And then I found myself having to go like 2-3 cars down just trying to find a decent bathroom. So it's happened. So keep it clean, and overall it's nice to know that there is one in every car. And obviously, I guess if you're sitting close to one, it could be a bad experience depending on if there's like a smell coming out of there, because that has been our experience again on different trains, not on the Piedmont though, so we are grateful for that. But just keep that in mind. There are positives and negatives to having your own bathroom in the car.
A lot of times when you travel on Amtrak, the only way you get free drinks is if you're in a roomette, a bedroom, or if you've upgraded to first class. If you're on a train that has business class or first class, they will give you free soft drinks, free water, that kind of stuff. Yeah. On Piedmont, they do give you free water, free tea, and free coffee down in the vending machine car. I guess, what was the name of that car?
We'll just call it
the vending car, I guess.
Food car.
Food car, yeah.
Yeah, snack car, something.
One thing that was definitely a positive was we boarded the Piedmont in Raleigh, and they do have like the grade level boarding. And what we mean by that is most Amtrak trains, when you get on at a station, they have that little yellow stool that the conductor will pull out, that you step down the steps onto the yellow stool, onto the earth, basically, onto the ground. And same thing when you're getting on. In Raleigh, the way they built that station was they built the concrete up, so when the train pulls in, it's flush and level, so you can just roll your suitcase, walk right on. You don't have to lift anything up and down the steps, which was great.
Which I absolutely love, because that is actually a huge dislike for me on other train stations. Yeah, that's really hard when you have suitcases and you have a little one with you. They don't, it's hard for you to trust that they're going to be able to step up, carry a bag and stuff like that. So I'm also grabbing that one, and we're splitting them between us, also making sure my kid doesn't trip. So I don't really love that experience of having to like grab all your bags, all your backpacks, whatever you may have, and kind of jump on basically. So it is nice to just kind of like roll on there like kind of like a subway or something.
Yeah, and one of the times that we took the train, getting off the yellow step stool, it was raining, and I remember I slipped on the yellow step stool.
Yeah,
and
they're scary. They're small too. I wish they would make them a little bit bigger. Like literally, it's a good like 1 foot or 2 feet, but like really tight. Trying to step up onto this huge train that's loud. There's a lot of rush too. They're rushing you. They're trying to get everybody on quickly between stop and stop. So that would be our negative. Our last dislike would be that it is so chaotic and rushed because they're trying to keep these trains on track, which they never which they never are. So they're trying to rush everybody on there, and it just seems like you have to just, the rush of it can be overwhelming. Sometimes keep that in mind, to just kind of go with it. Like, you are going to be a little bit rushed. It's going to be a little bit hectic, but you're going to get on that train. They're not going to leave without you. Just be in line when they say be in line,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then we don't want to end on a dislike. We want to end on a like. And our like would be our experience on the Piedmont overall.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. If we go back to North Carolina, even if we drive to North Carolina next time, and we decide to leave our car in any of the cities where the Piedmont is touching, where there's a station, I'd leave my car there and take the Piedmont and go explore those other cities.
Yeah.
It's a good train to hop on and off, especially when there's several a day. So
the Raleigh station was also, the Union station was beautiful.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you haven't seen that video, definitely go check it out.
Same thing with Charlotte too. That video's out on the channel as well. So if you want to see what Charlotte station looks like, go ahead and check that one out as well. As well as we have other videos regarding the Piedmont and lots of other Amtrak stations and routes and tours from all over the United States. So we're big into Amtrak. We enjoy our travels. So if you enjoyed watching this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave us a comment down below. Have you ever ridden on the Piedmont train? Let us know which of those stations we need to check out, because we only did Raleigh to Charlotte. We skipped all the cities in between.
Sadly.
And I'd like to go back and explore some of those other cities. So let us know what we should do in each of those little cities if you guys have some information on that, because we'll definitely come up and check it out.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the rails. We'll see you soon.